Hey, it's me, Dan, and in the next few minutes, I'll give you the three best things to do if you have post-exertional malaise. And as per usual, if you are on the YouTube, watching this if YouTube, if you could please subscribe and click the notifications tab, because then I'll be able to give you a little bit more content so it can make you feel a little bit better. I'm doing this live as in this is not edited, so we'll just keep going and see how we go. So if you've got ME, CFS, or long COVID, you've probably experienced post-exertional malaise or PEM. So you know the drill, do too much, feel worse after, total crash. If you want to deep dive on what PEM is, I've done a separate video on that. It's only a couple of minutes long, but that's also on the channel. So what is PEM? PEM means feeling way worse after doing stuff, not just workouts, but even thinking, talking, or showering. You may feel fine at first, then 24 hours later, boom, you're wiped out, aching, foggy, and you just can't get out of bed. This is pretty common for the clients that I see in the clinic at the moment. I have a lot of people who just can't do much at home, can't even exercise, and then when they do, they feel really crook afterwards. It's just not being tired. Uh, we're talking flu-like fatigue, brain fog, sore muscles, pain, unrefreshing sleep, and basically a full body crash. And it can last a few days or even weeks. So why does it happen? Researchers are still finding this out, but here's what we know. Energy production tanks, muscles struggle to use oxygen, as I indicated in my previous video on PEM. Immune system freaks out, blood flow gets wonky, your nervous system goes, nope. PEM isn't just laziness, it's real biological response. But today, we're going straight to the good stuff. The three best things you can do to reduce the impact of PEM. Pace like a pro. Pacing isn't just rest, it's an active strategy to stay inside your what we call energy envelope. The idea, do less than you think you can, take breaks before you need them, track your activities, rest often, avoid the boom and bust cycle. Even on even on hashtag good days, you want to make sure that you're not overdoing it. And say if you overdo it, you'll owe it later. Um, a lot of people with PM also deal with blood flow issues like POTS or dizziness. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids, add salt if medically safe, you don't have high blood pressure, try compression shocks, stay cool, and because heat can also make symptoms worse. Um, the cool helps your body circulate better and reduces symptom flare-ups after activity. Support for your system. There's no silver bullet, but there are things that can help your body recover. Uh, CoQ10 or NADH for energy, also low dose naltrexone to help calm inflammation. Of course, better sleep, less pain, less stress, and obviously treating the underlying things such as POTS, gut issues, or microclots. Not everything works for everyone, but small improvements do add up. Make sure you talk to a GP or a specialist who understands PEM. Let's wrap this thing up. So, what we talked about is make sure you pace yourself, stay hydrated and salty, support your system, and PEM might be a part of the picture, but it doesn't have to run the show. You've got options, you've got support, and you've got this. Let's do this. I'm going to just map out the next little workout for you because no doubt you're here because you want to actually do a little bit of exercise perhaps, and I've got the perfect exercises for you that mind, if you don't mind. Ready to go? Here we go. So we're looking at what you can actually do. And to do that, we first have to start with where you are. In particular, we want to look at pain-free movement. When I say pain-free, I mean incident-free movement. So you're not going to feel flu-like the next day, for example. So that's what I mean by pain-free. In prescribing exercise for you, you're no doubt in this realm here where you're pretty much confused on what to do. So we're going to help with that confusion. And normally, what we do with people is get people moving with strength. So we want people to obviously exercise and move with strength. But if you get PEM, that's not going to be possible. So we will get rid of that. Now, we still want to get in a situation where we're building a bulletproof workout plan, but this is going to look a little bit different. So we're not going to concentrate on that too much. We're going to concentrate more on the form and function fix. Okay, this is what this looks like. And this is a whole model. So this is just one side of the model. What we're going to go through is over here to listen to your body and have smart recovery cycles. And part of the pain-free movement, of course, we have stop-start struggles, which is really evident in people with PEM. So we want smart recovery cycles and we'll want to listen to your body. How do you do that? Well, we have to set up the program first and why you've probably struggled with programs in the past. Let's have a look at this. So we've got up the top, we've got short, long. This is in regards to programs. We've got simple and we've got complex. Let me just tidy that up. And short and long. So no doubt you've been given some exercises before for someone who doesn't know much about um, PEM and how you get affected when you do some exercise. So you may be given 8, 9, 10 exercises. So the exercises could be quite simple, but they're actually sort of, if you're doing that many exercises, I think greater than 5 is a long program, greater than 5 exercises. So you're down here. Simple exercises, but it's kind of long, and you're not going to do that because you're going to be too exhausted afterwards. You're going to have flu-like symptoms a few days afterwards as well. You may also have a long program that is complex, and this is quite common. People who design these kinds of programs are generally generalizing physios, chiros, PTs. So we're going to be careful of doing a program that is either simple and long or complex and long. Similarly, you can do a program which is short and complex. So you might only have 3 or 4 things to do, but they are so complex. And of course, you've got brain fog, so brain fog, not frog. So these exercises are going to be quite demanding, even though there's not many of them. So where's the ideal spot? Of course, it's in the short and simple area. So 1 to 3 exercises, and you really only be going to doing those 2 to 3 times a week. Short, simple exercises, 1 or 2 exercises 2 to 3 times a week. That's where you start, and then you can build from there. So what are the exercises I would give you at the moment? You want exercises that are best bang for your buck. So we're looking at um, things like, so we got best bang. So we want simple, we want short, and we want a few times a week. All right, let's scroll right down. So one of the exercises I like to do with people is a seated row. So a seated row looks like this gentleman who is smiling while he does it, obviously. And we're here, if I can write on that, can you see that? Yep. So we're going to do 2 by 5. So he will do 5 seated rows, have a rest, do another 5. And that's it for that exercise. And that would be, it'd be at a light load, a really light band, and that'll be, let's say, 3 times a week. Coupled with that, I do a bridge. So we do a bridge. We can see that, or virtually. Let's change the color. So the bridge, again, maybe we'll do 2 by 5. Better. We'll go 2 by 5, and we'll just use your body weight. We'll do 5, have a quick rest, and another 5. So sitting, actually, you could probably start with this. Do 5, have a rest, do another 5, and then do the rows 2 by 5. The reason why I picked these 2 exercises is basically because you're working your whole body. So working majority of your back, and then you're working your glutes and legs as well. So we want to simplify. We want a 2-arm row, and that is seated, 2 by 5, at lightweight. And then we want a bridge. And again, 2 by 5, we'll keep it simple, 2 by 5, and that's at your own body weight. So a bridge means you just, I just say just, but you lying on your bed, lift your bum up and down. That's 1, up and down. The 2-arm row, you're just rowing here and then into your chest and back out. That's 1. And we want to do that minimum 2 times a week. Probably maximum 3. That would probably take you, I think that would take you probably 2 minutes to do, if that. Yeah, so there we have it. Some simple exercises, and that's what you need. I think in this regard, you'll feel pretty good after them. You won't have too much fatigue. You may feel a little bit sore, but I think we're on the right track. Thanks for watching this, and yeah, hope to see you soon.